3. That would be A Christmas Story. Ralphie is this boy who wants a BB gun for Christmas, and everybody turns him down. He goes to his mother. She says, "No, you'll shoot your eye out, kid." He goes to his teacher. She gives him a bad grade and writes on it, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." Then later he goes to see Santa Claus.
"You'll shoot your eye out, kid."
He actually talked to Santa Claus.
Well, he talked to the Santa Claus in the mall. He's not the real Santa Claus. But
oh, okay.
"And what do you want for Christmas, Dilly?"
For a kid to sit in Santa's lap. I was surprised when that's a thing in America.
There's no mall Santa Claus in Manila?
No, we don't do that thing. Sitting on some stranger's lap.
If you love movies too, like and subscribe.
It's a movie based on a book, and it was set in the 1940s, starring Peter Billingsley. It's never old. It never gets. It surprises me that I don't get tired of it. But they just made another sequel this year. Peter Billingsley is the father this time, and it's called A Christmas Story Christmas.
2.
Christmas Carol. But my favorite of all time is called Scrooge from 1970.
Tell me the story of Scrooge again. What is
Ebenezer Scrooge is he's a miser. He doesn't care about anybody but himself and his money. And he's visited by the ghost of Jacob Marley, his former partner, right, that died many years before. And he shows up and he tries to warn him, if you don't change your ways, you're going to be damned forever in chains like me. And he has all these chains on him, and these chains are what I have to carry for all of eternity because of the way I treated the poor and the way I treated people. But your chain is even worse than this. Of course, Scrooge thinks it's nonsense. He says it's just I'm hallucinating. This isn't real, and bah humbug. He's like, I don't believe it. He tells him you're going to be visited by 3 ghosts, and these ghosts are going to help you to see your life. So the first ghost shows up at 1 o'clock in the morning, wakes him up, and this ghost is the ghost of Christmas past. Shows him his past when he's a child and when he's growing up, things that he'd forgotten about, the person that he used to be. It's a great message.
You know what that movie seems like? Click with Adam Sandler.
Yeah. And it's a musical. And so part of what makes it great too is that there's songs that move the story forward. Even if you don't like musicals, I recommend it. I grew up watching this movie, and I loved it as a kid because it was the only one with scary ghosts. The other Scrooge movies that I saw didn't have good ghosts.
1.
My number 1 favorite Christmas movie is everyone's favorite Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life. It's kind of like a Scrooge-type story,
right?
But it's the opposite. This is the story of a man who's a good person. He's a good man. He wants to kill himself, and an angel comes and...
I told you, George, I'm your guardian angel.
Shows him this is what life would be like without you.
Why did he want to kill himself?
He had some money go missing for his company, which wasn't his fault. It was somebody else's fault. It all of a sudden went missing. People were going to want to know what happened to the money, and he might go to jail. He's a good man, but doesn't know it. He doesn't know that he's affected the lives of everyone in his life from the time he's a small boy until he's a grown man.
Okay.
And he's given this opportunity to see what his life would be like if he didn't exist.
So there was chaos in this world without him.
Yes, it's this nightmarish alternate reality. It's like Bizarro world, right? And the weird thing about this movie is that it wasn't really appreciated for what it was until many years later. It was in the 70s when the copyright had run out. And so TV stations around Christmas time could play it for free.
Wow.
So it was on TV all the time. And so people started watching it in the 70s and started loving this movie, and it had like a renaissance. And people realized this is a great movie. Jimmy Stewart's performance in It's a Wonderful Life is the greatest. He shows every range of emotion. He does comedy.
Right.
He does joy and happiness, and he does deep despair and weeping on camera. And for a movie that was made in 1946, this was a time before the method acting thing was a big deal.
Really?
This was before the 50s revolution with Marlon Brando, when acting changed. And so to see somebody from 1946 and say that performance stands along with all the ones that exist now, that's saying a lot. It's criminal to me that he didn't win Best Actor.
Like and subscribe.